Welcome to today's program. I am excited as we start a new week. Welcome to the Dating Smart and Relationship Advice Show. How is everybody? Today is a long weekend here in Canada, Victoria Day. And how is everyone doing? Thank you so much for joining me today on Dating Smart and the Relationship Advice Show with your host, Rosemary Mupambwa. We go live here every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at the inside the Dating Smart and Relationship Advice group. As you are tuning in, let me know where you are tuning in from. As you are tuning in, let me know where you are tuning in from so I can give you a big shout out. Drop in the comments where you are tuning in from. Are you one of my pros or you are one of my newbies? Today I'm tuning in from my home office here in Okanagan Falls, BC. It's a cloudy day today. We haven't seen the sun as usual, but it's quite cool, which is okay. It has been really hot for the past couple of days, but we are so happy that you were able to join us. So let's see. Oh, I have a viewer all the way from UK. Thank you so much for joining me and welcome to the Dating Smart and Relationship Advice Show. So put in the comments where you are tuning in from, if you are one of my pros or if you are one of my newbies. Put in the comment section so I can give you a big shout out. Welcome to the viewer all the way from United Kingdom. I am tuning in from my home office here, as I said, here in Okanagan Falls. It's a little cool today, but it's okay because it has been really hot. If you don't know me, my name is Rosemary Mpambwa. I help women find love again by dating smart and providing them with relationship advice and strategies that I used to find love again at 60. So for those that think that they are too old and they cannot find love again, here I am. I'm almost 62 and I found love at 60. So age is just a number, ladies. You can find love at any age. I also had a couple that I helped to find love. And now they have celebrated their second anniversary and the woman is 81. Can you believe it? So for those that think that age is a limiting factor, it's not. Age is just a number, ladies. You can find love at any age. So I do help women find love at any age. It doesn't matter how old you are. You will find somebody who is good for you. I have been fortunate enough to have my work publicized in one of these big publications like CBC, Fox, NBC, ABC, and USA Today. And I'm also an author of 3 books. I just don't have my book here. I could have shown it to you. 1 second. Sorry, I thought I had the book with me. So this is my book, Exhume or Heal, a widow's memoir, getting a groove back. And as you can see, it has turned into my manual. I use it almost every time when I need to remind myself of things that I need to do and also helping my other clients. So it's also available on Amazon and it's available on my website, Rose's Life Coaching. So this is the book. It's available on Amazon and also available on my website. The title of the book is called Exhume or Heal, a Widow's Memoir, Getting Her Groove Back. So I have three. I have the workbook, and I also have another one, which is called Triumphant Snapback, Resetting Your Life Again. So let's continue. Let's continue. How do you feel? You know, like right now, our topic today is how to stop feeling, how to stop feeling you are worthless, how to stop feeling you are not enough. This is a huge topic, and this is a big issue that affects a lot of us. How to stop thinking you are not good enough in 11 simple steps. So I did a lot of research on this, and I also found out that a lot of us still have some times in our lives where we don't feel adequate enough. We feel worthless. We feel like you are not enough to do certain things. This usually happens when you have been in relationships before and you either got the bombshell dropped on you abruptly. Somebody broke up with you for no reason, or when they broke up with you, they kind of gave you some harsh feedback, or you are not good enough for me, you are not beautiful enough, or you are too fat, or you are too ugly, all sorts of things. All these things, they do affect our self-esteem. And as we get older, all these things still start to play back in our minds. Most of the times, if you ask me, it is the mind that is playing the mind game. So I have here this manual. You are enough. Although, you know, we still ask ourselves, how can I stop not feeling good enough? How can I stop not feeling good enough? So there are 11 steps here, but I won't be able to go through all of them. I am only going to go through a few of them. So this is your freebie. If you want this, you can put hashtag not good enough, hashtag not good enough, and I'll be able to send this your way. Right. Why do we feel not good enough all the time? We live in a society that is youth-based, slim-figured. And as we age as women, after giving birth, after, you know, so many years being a parent, being a wife, being a caregiver, you kind of lose the figure that you used to have when you were young. So social media, you know, is not very kind to people. So we start comparing ourselves and we become very invisible. And so the question is, how can we learn to accept ourselves and still feel beautiful? This is an issue of never feeling good enough. And this feeling of feeling not good enough is emotionally and mentally exhausting. Wherever we go, we always have this at the back of your mind. Why do I feel not good enough? If this isn't the worst feelings in the world, then I don't know what it is, because every one of us goes through that. We are constantly asking ourselves questions. Why do I feel worthless? Why do I not feel good enough? Why do I feel ugly and worthless? Have you noticed that when you don't feel good enough, or you feel worthless, or feeling inadequate, it takes away all your motivation to do anything that you want to do? As soon as those negative thoughts start creeping in, you lose your zeal, you lose your groove, and you kind of slide into this depressive mode. You suddenly feel like People don't want to be around you because you are worthless, when in actual fact, it's all in our heads. I know sometimes when I look in the mirror at my face that has aged, I feel ugly. I feel worthless. And yeah, I do have some ups and downs as well as a human being. But guess what? I have some serious positive conversations with myself. I remind myself that, you know what, Rose, you have come this way. You are a mother of three. You are now 62 years old. What do you expect? You can't look like the young self that you used to be at 21. And that helps. It helps me to make sure that I continue to be grounded. I continue to boost my self-esteem. What happens to your self-esteem when you don't feel good enough? This is the question that I'm asking you. What happens to your self-esteem when you don't feel good enough? The feeling of worthlessness is not only heavy, but very damaging if you don't get a grip of it soon enough. You have to make sure that when those thoughts start creeping in, you have to catch yourself. You have to stop yourself from going further or sliding yourself into that depressive mode. This is why it is of utmost importance to deal with it and heal from it as soon as you recognize that you are starting to feel worthless. So many of us suffer from so many self-limiting beliefs, and what happens is that our self-confidence and self-esteem, and not to mention your self-worth, takes a beating, a very big beating. Let me repeat that. So many of us suffer from so many self-limiting beliefs that we have created ourselves in our minds. And what happens is it takes away our self-confidence. It takes away our self-esteem, and not to mention our self-worth, which is going to take a huge beating. This is why it is of utmost importance to deal with it as soon as those thoughts start creeping in and heal from it. The biggest thing is you have to recognize that these thoughts are coming, and you have to catch yourself. After catching yourself, you have to find out how can you deal with these thoughts whenever they try to come back. And remember, these are just self-limiting beliefs. It's because you have gone through some unhappy moments, some sad moments, some serious relationship breakups that have really damaged or traumatized you. And if you have suffered from all this, you need to heal, because without you healing from it, it's going to be resurfacing over and over again. So what can you do? Here are the steps. So there's 11 steps, but I won't be able to go through all the 11 steps. I might go through 5 or 4, depending how long it takes me to go through each and every step. So the first one, our minds give us negative thoughts. So everything is all in our heads. As human beings, it's important to remember that our brains offers us all kinds of thoughts daily, positive and negative. And some of them are beautiful, but some of them are very depressing, sad thoughts. But they are not the problem. The problem is, how do you deal with it afterwards? We have had a hard time figuring out how best to manage these toxic thoughts. Next time you have that thought, I want you to stop thinking you are not good enough and tell yourself this: okay, this could be true, right? But what else could be true? It could be true that, yes, I'm ugly. But what else is true? The other true fact is I'm alive. I'm alive. I have a chance to heal. I have a chance to move on. I have a chance to do something about my ugliness. If I feel ugly, then I'm going to put makeup on. I'm going to put lipstick on. I'm going to get my hair done. I'm going to put a smile on my face, right? Then think of some positive thoughts, right? That counteract the negative ones. Thoughts like, I am a good person because I'm a great neighbor. I get along with my workmates. I get along with my family members. I get along with my children. And that should put a smile on your face. So guess what? You have just overcome one. You have just overcome what your brain is telling you. Okay, so let me just check some comments here. I can see some comments in the comment section. Yes, yes. Thank you so much. You've contacting me all the way from the UK. What I want you to do is to send me your email on the Facebook group or in the comment section, and then I'll be able to send this book your way. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for joining me. Yes, I can see there's some more comments, but let me go through this first, and then I will get in touch with you guys. So as I said, if you want this copy, put hashtag not good enough in the comment section, and then I'll be able to send this your way. Hashtag not good enough, and then I'll be able to send this your way. Thank you so much for joining me. So let's continue. We are not perfect. And of course, we are going to have some negative thoughts every day. But what do you do not to succumb to those? So remember this. Next time your mind offers you a negative thought, stop it immediately and offer it 3 positive ones. Challenge them and turn those negative thoughts into positive ones. So that's the first one. Point number 2, no one is perfect. So whenever you feel not good enough, remember, no one is perfect. Everybody has got their own flaws. Everybody has got something that they are not comfortable with, something that, they are always challenging themselves on, or something that they don't feel good enough. We compare ourselves with other people. And we are always thinking other people are better than us. But why do we compare ourselves to everyone else, thinking that someone else has the most perfect lives than ours, and ours is crap? Why? This is so not true, because you don't know what the other person, next to you is dealing with, because we are only looking at people at face value. We often expect so much from ourselves. We are not kind to ourselves. We neglect to look around and realize that no one is perfect. People are very good at putting up brave faces. People are very good at putting up happy faces when inside they are just as broken as you are. We are all doing the best we can with what we know and what we have. You are just perfect, just the way you are. And you don't need to change to fit into other people's groups so that you feel worthy. No, you are good enough just the way you are. If you need to improve, then you have room to do it. If you need to move from that community that still continues to make you feel not good enough, you are not a tree. Remember, you are not a tree. You can move from where you are and go to places that helps you to boost your self-esteem, that help you to feel good with yourself. Right. So When you continue to have this feeling that you are not perfect, try this instead. When you find yourself feeling not so perfect, remind yourself that no one is perfect. We all have faults. We make mistakes and we have doubts about ourselves. So remember, you are not the only one. Everybody else around you is feeling the same way, is also feeling doubts about themselves. Everybody is also trying to be just as perfect as you are trying to be. Right, let's go on. Number 3, be in the present moment. This helps a lot when you try to be in the present moment, like today, now. I know that sounds very cliche, but living in the past doesn't serve you. And looking ahead to how horrible and lonely you think your future is going to be doesn't serve you either. Be right here, right now. What can you do now so that you feel good enough? What are the things that you can do today, right at this moment? Because your future starts today. We can never turn back the clock. What happened, happened. You can't change your past. But today, you can change your future from this moment onwards. Can you imagine if we all lived in the past and kept, you know, thinking and remunerating on all our mistakes and shortcuts? Ooh, what a world it would be, where everybody's walking with their heads down and thinking and regretting and feeling guilty of those things that we thought we were supposed to do and were never able to do them. Those feelings of shame, those feelings of defeat, those feelings that I should have done this, they don't serve you today. What I want to remind you is live in the present. Never go back to the past because you can't change it. You know, it's the same as a calendar. When you finish that month, you flip onto the next month, right? You cannot continue going back uh, uh, to looking at April. You know, what was April about? What was April about? Yes, it's gone. At the end of the year, you are going to throw away that calendar and get a new one. So this is the mindset that you are supposed to have. Today is today. You cannot change what happened yesterday, but you can change your tomorrow by fixing today. So there is a quote by uh, Lion Tzu, that goes like this. If you are feeling depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. And if you are at peace and living at peace, you are living in today, present. So stop beating yourself up over yesterday. Find something to do today that brings your heart to great joy. I'm not going to tell you it's going to be easy, but it's not impossible either. You can do it. Happiness is yours to create right now. Don't wait for other people to make you happy. This is the biggest mistake that we have in life. We are always waiting for people to give us approval. We are always waiting for somebody else to tell us, oh, you look great today. Oh, you look beautiful today. Oh, that life that you did, Rose, was very wonderful. I learned a lot from it. Yes, I do get those sometimes where after I do a live, if I don't get comments on it, then I start questioning myself, thinking, was that topic really good enough for people? Maybe I wasn't speaking clearly enough. Maybe people didn't hear me because of my accent. So I also go through those, but what I do best now is I always catch myself when I'm sliding into that mode where I'm constantly questioning myself. Why am I not good enough? Why am I not beautiful enough? Why don't I have the same body I used to have 30 or 40 years ago? Then I catch myself. I remind myself, Rose, You are not a spring chicken anymore. You are a mother of 3. You are almost 62, and you cannot still have the same physique as a 20-year-old. And that helps. That has helped me a lot to keep my head above water. Otherwise, I would have sank, and I wouldn't be here talking to you. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you got value from this. So the question I want to leave with you today is, what are your struggles? What is your biggest fear? What is your biggest fear getting back into the dating scene? Is it because you don't feel good enough to find a guy who is going to like the person you are? Or you don't feel you are young enough, or you don't feel you are ready enough for a relationship? You will never have a moment where you are going to feel good enough to start dating. But what you need to do is you need to start working on yourself. When you feel good enough with you, with who you are, and knowing who you are, what you want in life, not waiting for approval from other people, then you will be ready to get back into the dating scene. And you also start feeling good enough with yourself. So these are the few steps that I had for you. I only managed to go through 3 of them, and there is 11 of them. So if you want the booklet, it is about 11 pages of these 11 steps that you can take to stop feeling not good enough. So put hashtag not good enough in the comment section, and I'll be able to send that your way. I will also need your email address so that I can send it to you. But otherwise, did you get value from today's show? Did you get what you were expecting from this show and from this episode? And will you be able to implement the few steps that we talked about into your life, into your dating life, or into your personal life, or into your family life, or your career? Sometimes, you are a boss at work, but you still don't feel good enough. You're always so insecure about yourself. These are the bosses that will become helicopter bosses because they don't feel they are good enough. They always want to be reassured, or they always think their employees are a threat to them. And so what will they do? They will be helicopter bosses where they micromanage their employees. So, not feeling good enough can affect you like your whole life, your like 360 degrees, right? All around you, your personal life, your family life, your career, uh, your relationships as well, your relationship with your husband, the relationship with your kids, the relationship with your co-workers, even your siblings, even the relationship with yourself. Because if you are not happy with who you are going to continue to be hard on yourself. I don't want you to be hard on yourself, because this is going to stifle your mental health and your physical health, your psychological health as well. So I hope you were able to get value from today's show. And we are live again next week on Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. My name is Rosemary Mpamba, and I was happy to be with you today. So take care. I will see you again next week on this show, Dating Smart and Relationship Advice Show. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Have a good week. Remember, don't wait for approval from other people. Thank you. Bye-bye.